Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for having me. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, I pray to begin with that everyone that's in this room, God, during this busy time of the year would experience your peace and your joy in each one of their lives in the midst of all the busyness. Father, we also pray for this board meeting. Father, that these community servants of yours that are here would be guided by your wisdom and your discernment as they make decisions that affect our county. Lord, show them the best ways for the betterment and the benefit of our communities. And we just thank you for this night. I pray for your blessing upon each one that's here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor John. Nancy, would you do roll call, please?
Sure. Acree,
Here.
Bivens, Book, Friel,
Here.
Gascoigne,
Here.
Hudson, Huss,
Here.
Kitson,
Present.
Copine,
Here.
Naylor. Present. Pearson.
Here.
Sheline.
Here.
Scrogstad. White. Wilson.
Here.
Seaman.
Here.
Olson.
Here. Thanks, Nancy. Under announcements, I got please mute or turn your cell phones off so they don't interrupt us as we go through the meeting. And we'll go to Cruz Wells is here tonight. Presentation of his fourth grade 3D project to the Lee County Courthouse, which is sitting up here. Nancy, you want to
Yep.
take this?
I sure will. Cruz, come on up, buddy. I want to introduce you. This is Cruz Wells. He's a fourth grader at Madison Elementary School here in Dixon. And this is his fourth grade history project. He received special recognition for his 3D old Lee County Courthouse replica. And I just wanted to bring this boy here to have him talk a little bit about his project. And we are going to also leave it here in the courthouse for display. And I'm just so proud that you brought this here. And would you like to say anything, Cruz?
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, would you make it?
Alright. So I use dominoes for the stairs over here. So these are dominoes here, and I made dominoes here. So then this year we use actually something that we inside of this this is actually foam inside. We use some stuff that's like for like sealing cracks and stuff. We like poured it all into a box. So then it all like kind of rose. So then now we have like a box of it. So then after we have that box, we put some mud or whatever. Is it mud, right? Yeah. So some like mud or whatever that you'd use. Yeah, drywall. And then you put that there. So then we cut out holes right in here. And then we put tape over it. And before we put the tape, we put like black. We put like black paint. So like it gives the illusion for like a tinted window. Then we put tape. So it like looks at like an actual window. So then we also use some clay, modeling clay right here. And then we put it all around the sides. And we had like the pillars that you see when you go into the this side of the courthouse. You would see these pillars, and we used the same thing for like these stripes on the dome. Spray painted the dome, and we use it, and yeah, pretty much that's it. It's yeah.
Turn it around here, then, you did the new ramp, and it's just an awesome job, buddy.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Very
good.
I think Mr. Wilson needs to get him in maintenance, I think, while we're looking at that, you know.
Thank you so much for coming out, guys.
Thank you. That's pretty awesome. We'll move on to, we got Dick Capacious with us tonight. We got a 25-year acknowledgement. Dick's been in maintenance and does one heck of a job. So I'll let let Eric take it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lee County Facilities Director, Eric England. I'm almost 8 months and now taking on the role of Facilities Director. Our team consists of 4 maintenance techs, 3 custodians. We're committed to maintaining cleanliness, maintenance, repair, and safety of the county buildings and grounds. Through the past several months, I've seen a lot of change in our buildings, grounds, and also staff. Tonight, I'm here to put a spotlight on a maintenance tech that has been with the department through thick and thin. He's dedicated not only to the buildings and grounds, but to the people in the county. He's a team player and a leader. Dick Capacious. We want to thank you for 25 years. Here's your award.
Thank you.
My card.
Thank you. Thank you, Lake County. A lot of fun in the last 25 years. Wore out a few snow shovels. Broke a few hammers, whatever, but worked with several board members. They were county employees here and had a lot of fun. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to approval of minutes for the November 21st, 2024 regular county board meeting. Is there any changes or corrections to the minutes? If none, we're going to let them stand as presented. We'll move down to, got a couple of resolutions tonight to fill some vacancy seats. I got a resolution. Is there a resolution? Or is there a motion to approve the resolution appointing Ryan Rod to fill the vacancy in County Board District 2? Mr. Gascoigne moves. Mr. Kitson seconds. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor of Ryan Rod filling the vacancy in District 2 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations, Ryan. We'll move to a resolution to reappoint Jennifer Dallas to Lee County Board District 4. Is there a motion to approve her? Nancy moves. Mr. Wilson seconds it. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations. At this time, Clerk Peterson will give the oath of office to Ms. Dallas and Mr. Rod.
Nice to meet you. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. Raise your right hand. Okay. And you're going to say, I, Ryan J. Rod, having been appointed to the office of County Board in the 2nd District of Lee County, in the County of Lee, the State of Illinois, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Lee County Board District 2. Congratulations. Okay, raise your right hand. Repeat after me, please. I, Jennifer J. Dallas, have been appointed to the office of County Board in the 4th District of Lee County, in the County of Lee, in the State of Illinois, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Lee County Board District 4. Congratulations.
Welcome, and we'll get, make sure we get packets to both of you. I think Becky's already working on it. So we'll move on. We have no Joseph Meyer resolutions this month. And we'll go to zoning and planning. There's a monthly report in your packet. It just is the overview of the office activities and petitions last month. So with that said, we'll go to B. We have 2 petitions going to the ZBA of Appeals, Zoning Board of Appeals. These are both going to. Lengthy one here, petition number 24 P 1634 by George Carus, as an owner of certain real property identified as PIN 12-14-16-300-001. It's commonly known as 823 Sterling Road, Dixon, Illinois. It's located on the south side of Sterling Road, approximately 1/10 of a mile east of Dutch Road and 1/4 mile west of Halligan Road in Marion Township, Lee County, Illinois. Filed a petition for special use with the Lee County Zoning Board Office requesting a special use permit for the purpose of operating an auto repair business under the auto repair minor use classification as set forth in Lee County Code. This parcel is currently zoned Ag 1 Rural Agricultural District and is 5 acres in size. Is there a motion to move petition 24 P 1627 to the Zoning Board of Appeals? Mr. Friel moves, Ms. Bayless seconds it. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor of moving that to the ZBA signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Our second one, we got petition 24 P 1635 by Jake Kastner, owner of certain real properties identified as pins 070234-300-022 and 0702-34-300-017 and 0702-34-300-035 and 0702-34-300-018. They're all located on the south side of Stony Point Road in Dixon Township, Dixon, Illinois. Filed a petition for a map amendment with Lee County's zoning office requesting to amend the zoning map from R2 Single Family Residential District to Ag 1 Rural Agriculture District for the purpose of raising and keeping farm animals, more specifically chickens. So is there a motion to move that petition 24 P 1635 to the Zoning Board of Appeals? Mr. Friel moves, Mr. Gascoigne seconds it. Any discussion on this petition? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There's no petitions going to the Planning Commission. There's no petitions coming from the Zoning Board of Appeals, and there are no petitions coming from the Planning Commission. So with all that done, we're going to move to Administrator Monthly Update and Board Member Comments. We'll start with Administrator Jeremy. Do you have anything you want to share with the board?
The only thing to share this month is that the Human Resources Coordinator position has been posted. We're really excited about that. We posted it last Monday. I've already received over 40 resumes, which, mostly from local and from the area, which is very, very exciting. So we're excited to go through that process.
That's it. All right. Any board member comments at this time? If none, we'll keep moving then. We got Lee County organization presentation updates, organizations and presentation updates. Lucas Pauly from Visit Lee County quarterly update.
Thank you very much for having me again to come and give you an update and kind of give you a year in review update for Visit Lee County. Obviously, this is the first year the organization Discover Dixon partnered with Lee County to facilitate tourism efforts in Lee County. So it's been a very exciting year. Before I get started, I would like to echo everything said about Cruz's project. In my other hat that we do at Discover Dixon, we actually do the fourth grade tours and then go to the fourth grade and judge all the fourth grade tour projects. And Cruz's project, if you get a chance to walk over there and take a look at it, it's amazing. And if you get a chance, go to the Discover Dixon Facebook and check out all the amazing projects every year. It's just great what the kids do. So very cool. The first thing is just kind of recapping what we set out to do. At this point, you've heard me say it for the fourth time. It's kind of like the Visit Lee County Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know at this point, but we want to position Lee County as a popular destination in Northern Illinois. We set out to promote the beauty, peace, history, and recreation Lee County has to offer. And we want to highlight the shops, restaurants, and locations that make Lee County unique and the people who make our communities thrive. This is all to spur travel and stays, build connections, and foster traditions. So how do we do that? I mean, one of the big things that we did this year is rebuild a content library. We were able to do that by planning 7 trips throughout Lee County as we organize these with local businesses and destinations. These trips allowed us to get 1,100 assets that we can utilize in future marketing. They've also been providing itineraries on the website for people to follow as they think about visiting Lee County. The itineraries that we did in Lee County were outdoor and family fun in Lee County, festive fall fun in Lee County, treat yourself in Lee County, discovering Lee County from delicious bites to historic sites, spring family stay in Lee County, bison encounters and beekeeping in Lee County, and fun at the Lee County Fair and 4-H show. So as you can see, we had a number of different destinations, seasons that were reflected, particular events that we thought could have some nice reflection, and we needed some new assets for that we can use in future marketing. So it's been very beneficial. The new assets and the reimagined brand also allow Visit Lee County to have a successful year on social media. Instagram posts reached more than 116,000. Instagram account had 98 new followers, produced 441 visits, and saw content interactions rise and hold steady through the fall event season. Just another reminder on Instagram, we had to completely restart the Instagram. So we are slowly building that Instagram, and we do look to build that beneficially in the next year. Facebook reached 735,000 people in 2024, 95% increase over the year before. And organic reach specifically was up more than 1,100%. That's a big focus. Obviously, that reach is very reflected on the ads that we were able to run because of the grant with Lee County and the city of Dixon. But more focused going forward, we are going to continue to focus on that organic posting, because that's what we're going to be able to do year after year, no matter if there's grant funding available or if we're just posting those organic content as well. More than 6,600 content interactions, which was a 150% increase, and Facebook visits increased by 72%. We gained 656 follows on Facebook, a 38% increase from the year before. The next page is just showing you some more social examples. I believe I shared some social examples last time, so I just like to give you an idea of what's being shared on the social media pages. That's one of the big point of contact for people as they're, deciding if they'd like to visit Lee County, or the people within Lee County looking for what's going on within Lee County itself. The next page kind of goes through our advertisements. So through grant funding as well, ads helped reintroduce the new brand, website, and marketing approach in regional print publications in Illinois and surrounding states, and also in local lodging and campground publications and beyond. We will continue to seek out those upcoming grant opportunities to bolster advertising and printed material opportunities in 2025. Also in 2024, new video was shot and procured, and television digital ads hit the market. I believe at the last time I was here, those had pretty newly just hit the market. So we did get some, we have some, information and metrics that we've received on how those did. Those targeted potential visitors in Chicago, Naperville, Crystal Lake, Eastern Iowa, Quad Cities, Springfield, Peoria, St. Louis, Milwaukee, and Madison. Digital ads were especially successful, with more than 1 million impressions delivered to 220,000 unique viewers. Retargeted pre-roll ads lead to 341 link clicks, above the industry average. Link clicks are extremely hard to get on that type of advertisement. So I was happy to sit down with the agency that we worked with to do that, the news organization, and it sent me an entire long document of all the metrics we could ever want of how it performed. So that's good going forward information for us to have, see where we're having success reaching potential visitors. Tourism analysis. So the next page, during the time period since Visit Lee County officially took over the county's tourism efforts, overnight trips were calculated at a 350,000, a 2.3 increase. Visit nights totaled 908,000, up 1.3%, and more than 32 million was spent by visitors in Lee County, estimated in 2024. So that's some impressive numbers for tourism within Lee County. Throughout that year, Lee County continued to have major success attracting visitors from Chicago, Naperville, Elgin. As you'll see that reflected in our advertising of where we're choosing to show those advertisements as well. With 203,000 visitors and 501 visit nights in 2024. Some other larger metro areas with more than 1,000 visits: Davenport, Moline, Rock Island, Rockford, Peoria, Bloomington, Champaign, Urbana, St. Louis, Milwaukee, Madison, and Iowa City. So you're seeing a nice blend there of, day trip travelers, but some longer destinations for a little bit further away too. Hopefully we're spurring those stays that are going to be reflected in an overnight stay over the weekend too. During the past 3 months of available data, Lee County has seen even more impressive growth. Overnight trips are up 9.6% from the same time period as last year. So this was July 24th through September 24th. That's the newest data available. And then visit nights are up 8% from the same time period as last year as well. So again, really exciting to see tourism and visits grow from last year. It's really exciting that we're seeing that growth and continue to see that. Looking ahead in 2024, thanks to the Tourism Grant Partnership, Visit Lee County built an impressive and re-engaged following and continue to reach new potential travelers throughout the Midwest. With an impressive and updated content library, reinvigorated and engaged audience, Visit Lee County will rely and invest heavily in organic social media marketing in 2025. Using tourism data and destination metrics, we will be strategic with our print and other paid advertisement allocations, making sure Visit Lee County's voice is heard in the most vital locations in Lee County and beyond. Throughout 2025, we'll continue to pursue grant opportunities to bolster our advertisement opportunities, and we'll make and update you any additional funding we are able to locate to future marketing. The initiatives for 2025 continue to work directly with local destinations and major event organizers to bolster their advertising efforts. I believe I spoke last time that I was here. We worked with Depot Days and the Sublette Fest. We also did the Ashton Fall Festival where we ran, particular advertisements with the help of that organization and those communities. And that's something we definitely want to continue to do and kind of grow that initiative going forward in 2025. We'd also like to implement a Visit Lee County email newsletter. We'd like to work with regional and surrounding counties to explore the possibilities of regional marketing efforts and initiatives. This is something that's been discussed, and we'd like to pursue that going forward in 2025. We'd also like to promote off-season tourism to spread visitation across the year. Visit Lee County does have quite a few attractions and sites that are only not open during winter. So it is a little tricky sometimes, but we know that there is room for growth, especially with shopping trips or different things that we can promote still within Lee County for those off-season travel ideas for people. And then continue to work to create package deals and themed travel itineraries, like we have done with the content creators. Our benchmarks that we hope to hit. So we hope to help play a role in the increase of overnight trips and visit nights that I just spoke about by 3% each, building on the increases in 2024. We'd also like to increase website traffic by 10%, increase link clicks from social by 20%. I did see that we do have room for growth there to spur that link click as well as the impressions and reach. And then also just increase followers on both Instagram and Facebook by 25%. That can be slow going sometimes, and we did see good numbers this year, but I'd really love to see that take a significant jump after, we've spent 2024 building the brand and kind of reintroducing everyone, really taking that next step in 2025 and seeing where we can go from there. And very excited to kind of move along in 2025 and discuss future goals as we go along. But thank you for having me. I'm happy to answer any questions as well. And just wanted to say everyone to have a happy holidays as well too.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Lucas? Some impressive numbers you got there, and I like all the data that you bring with it. So nice job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I skipped public comments. We'll go back up to them. I have just one. Alice, you wanted to speak?
Good evening. I am the zoning administrator for Lake County for those who are joining us this evening. I was made aware earlier today that IDNR and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are currently conducting elevation surveys along the lower Rock River. They will collect first floor and lowest entry elevations at homes and businesses along the lower Rock River. These crews must briefly walk onto private property and may be seen taking photographs of the survey area. No disruption to private property is anticipated and no inside access to structures is required. It sounds like these crews are currently working in the White Oak subdivision. They are dressed in fluorescent orange and they do drive an unmarked vehicle. So we do want you guys to be aware and the public to be aware that these workers are out there on behalf of the Army Corps of Engineers and IDNR collecting data. If anyone has any questions or concerns, they can contact my office and we will assist.
Any questions or comments for Alice? Thanks for clarifying what's going on, Alice. All right, we'll move on to the reports of the committees. I got County Services. Mr. Friel will be giving the report tonight.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We met December 10th, 9 a.m. The information's in your packet on the agenda. There's a few items that we're voting on tonight, like the Zoning Board of Appeals and a few other things. Nothing major, so if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Any questions or comments for Dean? Thanks, Dean. We'll go to Public Safety and Court Services Committee, Mr. Copine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Public Safety met on the 10th. We heard from the prospective department heads that were here. For those that weren't, their reports are on file and available in your packet. It was a relatively short meeting and I don't have anything else with that to add. So
any
questions I'll try to answer them. If not, why?
Any questions for Mike?
That's it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We'll go to Facilities and Maintenance, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple things to highlight for maintenance. We over next door in the old LEC, we've got new garage doors installed in our storage facilities over there for the maintenance department. The guys have been working over there for the last few weeks getting the garage doors installed. We are putting a small roof section on, I believe, next week sometime during Christmas and New Year's. One thing, we do have a turnover. We have one person retiring in January. And we do have a new hire starting, I believe, Monday. Is that correct? Thursday of next week. And then people like Dick Capacious, is what's nice about having people like that is training people that the new hires that we're training. We've got a couple people that we've hired now. And Dick's knowledge is invaluable, and Eric and Dick are both very competent carpenters, so it's nice to see that we have some cross training going on as well. And I hope Dick sticks around for a little while. Then the only other thing for properties is we had a section of the wall north of the Dixon Arch fall over onto the sidewalk, and our administrator and Dick were out there late at night putting barricades up to make sure the sidewalk was shut down. Eric had the city of Dixon lined up the next morning. They did a lane closure. The city of Dixon actually helped us clean up the blocks and the mess. Then Eric got some barricades installed up in front of the wall because the rest of the wall is ready to fall over in that section. So if you notice a big barricade sitting next to the arch, it's because we're just protecting the sidewalk and the public from getting hurt. Tomorrow we're meeting with the engineers to kind of go over a plan for a new wall and where we're going to put it on the property. Basically, it's going to be the entire block. Once we get a plan to go off of, we can get prices and stuff. But we have a lot of follow-up work. Jeremy's got a lot of follow-up work with the state of Illinois and the city of Dixon. But we want to be as proactive as possible because we can't leave that sit like it is currently. So that's all we really have for properties.
It's a lot. Any questions or comments for Tom? Thanks, Tom. We'll go to claims. Mr. Zeman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 2 meetings to report on. November 20th, we met at 9 a.m. here over here. We went through 52 claims. All 52 were forwarded to the county board for ratification. And the second meeting was December 4th, 9 a.m. We went through 30 claims. Well, 33, we went through, passed on 32, and we rejected 1, but it's been fixed since. Minutes are in the packet. That's all I got.
Any questions for Mike? Thanks, Mike. Finance, Mr. Sheeline.
Finance Committee, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Finance Committee met last Thursday. The only thing I can say following up the maintenance committee is that I just passed a budget.
And he passed through that.
I guess
budget.
that's the nature of beast of having properties and things happen. So Tom will get you taken care of and hopefully it won't be as bad as what we may fear. We have some things that a couple of bar requests and they'll be coming on later on. This is also a quarterly report. This is also a year end. So we're into the new fiscal year. Just a couple of comments in regards to our revenues and expenses. And that's in your packet on page 5. We ended up showing a $48 to the good, which is always a good thing to show into the good. I'd like to explain a little bit, and the treasurer wants to chime in, or he is more, and I'm going to call on Paul here before I get done. But we did have a couple of weird things that I want Paul to explain that happened. Happens about 7 years, and we had an extra payroll, and he'll explain that. But we were hoping to end up the year a lot further ahead, but because of this payroll function and also some things, we ended up having to sweep some funds off of the solid waste. And so we still have our $2 million in solid waste, but we ended up putting about 210,000, if I remember right, to cover a deficit. So we're showing a $48 positive, but that was because we swept those funds. Now, Paul, would you like to talk about the kind of the odd thing that we had happen at the end of the year?
Okay, so as Jim kind of alluded to, almost like leap year, based on the fact that you're paid every 2 weeks, there are going to be fiscal years where you have 27 pay periods in a fiscal year. It's no more than a timing issue, but it's once every 7 years. That payroll ended up being about $555,000 worth of costs that really technically weren't in the budget. And that's where we kind of ended up. But to the 200,000 that we did have to pull out of solid waste, the budget actually had 300,000. So in a way, we were in a positive position all along. I thought that was good. The other thing that you guys should all be aware of, if you're not already, we made a $715,000 payment from the public safety funds to the interfund loan for the new LEC. The projection is we should be completely paid off by the end of fiscal year 2025 with that, which is actually 10 years ahead of schedule. So it's a nice thing to see. The public safety funds they're still paying for the bonds. Those will still go through 2039 is the last payment for those. But at least our interfund loans that we've paid back ourselves, and we'll be able, any excess going forward beyond that, we'll be able to use in the public safety use. So is there anything else you wanted to kind of go through on that?
No, and the significance of paying off the interfund. I mean, we're paying ourselves back. I mean, so it's basically one pocket to the other. But what it does is it does open us up, gives us some more flexibility in next year as far as we
Absolutely.
work through the budget for next year. So it's really a positive thing. And
Absolutely.
I compliment
Absolutely.
Paul and the finance team for accelerating that process and getting that
Yeah.
done so far ahead. 'Cause
Yeah.
It really does help.
It does. It does. It's because it's basically an opportunity cost that we'll be able to get rid of.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
So, yeah, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. I don't have anything else unless there's questions. And, that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Any questions or comments for either one? Thanks, guys. Executive committee, the minutes are in your agenda packet, or you're on board. Anybody got any questions about the executive meeting? None, we'll keep moving. Reports of other committee, Board of Health, Ms. White's not with us tonight, so we'll move to 911, Mr. Hudson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The ETSD board met on November 25th, and all the minutes are provided in the packet, already been submitted by Director Dallas. Fiscal year 24-25 budget was approved along with the 2025 meeting dates, which are posted out in the hallway on the bulletin board. Roofing bids, proposals to replace the ECC building roof, which is rubber roof, will be released after the first of the year. The 911 outages continue to occur since the state mandated migration to the AT&T ESINet emergency services IP network. Director Dallas has escalated the issue as she continues to work with the parties involved, including Lumen, as some of the issues are planned maintenance windows and PSAP nor AT&T is being notified. Our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, January 23rd, 2025 at 3:30 p.m. at the Lee County 911. That's the end of my report.
Any questions, comments for Keen? Thanks, Keen.
Thank you, sir.
We'll go to Tri-County, Mr. Akery.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tri-County Opportunities Council met in Sterling on November 26th. Had a complete meeting there with all the program reports with the grants and the foster grandparents and early Head Start and Head Start program and low-income home energy assistance program. There's a lot of good things going on there. But if you want to read through that, minutes are in the packet here. Any questions?
Questions or comments for Reed? Thanks, Reed.
Thank you.
We got Blackhawk Hills Regional Council, Lee Ogle Enterprise Zone. Jeremy, do you got anything to share on that?
We had a meeting 2 weeks ago, talking about a couple map amendments for the Lee Ogle Enterprise Zone, one of which being in Ogle County and another here in Lee County for proposed projects. So, we're pretty excited about that. One is a project in the Amboy area for a business that is looking to do entertainment / amusement center for children and families. It's going to be a great investment. And then the other one is a map amendment for the Byron Nuclear Plant as they're looking to do some expansions over there within the facility and some updates. So we should be seeing those come down with a little bit more information here in the near future.
All right. How many acres do we have left in the Lee part of the enterprise zone?
I think I'd have to look at that breakdown, but there's over 1,000 acres that are still left between the two counties.
We're getting down to pretty close, because we might use that up probably, huh?
Yeah, it's was a topic of conversation at the meeting.
All right. Any questions or comments for Jeremy? Thanks, Jeremy. We'll go to Lee County Industrial Development Association, Lizita, Mr. Acree.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We kind of got an update that day. We met on December 4th. Got a good update on what's all getting accomplished here in the county. The new hotel, the True, got opened up. Sounds like some of the other facilities here around Dixon are getting closer to opening up as well. We've got some big things happening there south of Rochelle, there between Stewart and Rochelle. They're coming along really well. I think it's going to be a great opportunity from what we're gathering. And then some new business. Lacita was able to work out a deal with, or we're working out a deal with Rochelle to have a bus available to be able to take groups to like sites. So say if there's a group of people coming in to want to check out sites that are maybe available, we're going to work out some scheduling to where a bus would be able to take the full group and kind of talk about the advantages of that site or different sites. And the nice thing is instead of having everybody in different vehicles and then having to stop, they can kind of keep rolling and make some efficiencies there. So, but otherwise, Mr. Demmer's really keeping things rolling, doing a nice job.
A lot of opportunities for the county out there. We just got to bring them home.
That's right.
All right. Any questions for Reed? No, we'll keep going. Sermon, Mr. Zeman.
Yeah, thank you. No meeting, so no report. I think there's one in January.
All right. Thanks. UCCI, Mr. Kitson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There was no meeting in December. However, just a reminder, there will be that training the 27th of January in Springfield. For any new members or members who haven't been through it, of the do's, the don'ts, the this, that. It is excellent training. I'll be going, have a couple extra seats if anybody needs a ride down.
All right. Thank you. Illinois Association of County Board Members, Mr. Copine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're still monitoring the battery backup system stuff and some ordinances in reference to that. Alice has got a copy of a sample ordinance that was sent up from Kelly, passed on to Alice to work with that for future references. The training session you're talking about, is that for the newly elected, Tom? It could be newly elected or members who've just never been there. Okay. Anybody can go. It's really good opportunity. Mr. Hudson went down last month and they did part of it. And we agreed it was a lot of good training there. So I think that's the same one that Kelly from IACBM related to me today when I talked with her also. Okay. There's nothing else going on that was brought up when I spoke with Kelly today, and they expect to enter into the lame duck session somewhere around January 2nd, unless I'm wrong. Anything else to add, Nancy? Okay. And that's all I have to report.
All right. Any questions for Mike? Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I have no unfinished business before us at this time. Under new business, we got the motor fuel tax maintenance appropriation resolution. Is there a motion to approve the MFT maintenance appropriation resolution? Mr. Wilson moves, Mr. Gascoigne seconds it. Any discussion on this resolution? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a resolution for battery energy storage systems moratorium. Is there a motion? Let's get the motion on the table and we'll discuss it. Is there a motion to approve the battery energy storage systems moratorium resolution? Mr. Copine moves, Mr. Kitson seconds. seconds it. Any discussion on this? What we're doing is just doing a moratorium till we figure out if the state is gonna come out with their own rules or regulations before we do a lot of work like we did in the wind and solar. So I think it's a good idea to do this till we get everything what we want to do to move forward. So any questions or comments? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We got a request to reallocate $18,965.59 of unobliged ARPA funds. Funds, we're gonna send them back to the capital for use on future projects. Is there a motion to approve the reallocation of $18,965.59? Unused funds go back into capital. Mr. Friel moves, Ms. Nancy seconds it. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. We also have a request to reallocate $109,721 of ARPA funds. They were originally allocated for abandoned properties. We're gonna send it back to capital for use in all capital projects. Is there a motion to approve this allocation of $109,721 of ARPA funds that were originally allocated for abandoned properties back to capital fund to use for all capital projects? Mr. Friel moves. Mr. Bivens seconds it. Any discussion? Yes.
So I just want the board to make sure we understand, we're not taking this away from the abandoned properties initiative. We're simply making sure because it was allocated from ARPA and needed to be spent or allocated, by the end of this, at this meeting. So what we're doing is we're taking that back and putting it in general. But when Mike has and the crew has a project to do, we'll be able to move that out of capital and put it back in. It's just to safeguard those funds so that we don't have to send them back to the federal government.
More of a financial housekeeping we're doing with it.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. Thank you.
good point. Glad you explained that. Any other questions or comments on this? All those in favor of moving the funds signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Is there a motion to approve the FY 2026 budget meeting schedule that's set forth? Ms. Nancy moves, Mr. Hudson seconds it. Any discussion on this? We need to get this out in the public more so we get some more participation from the public after last month's meeting, but okay, all those in favor of the budget meeting schedule signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have a Lee County Comprehensive Noxious Weed Work Plan for 2025. Is there a motion to approve this work plan for 2025? Looks like Mr. Cobean moves and Mr. Friel seconds it. Any discussion on this? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have no appointments to approve. I don't have anything for executive. We do have a quarterly report. So is there a motion to approve county officers' reports and quarterly treasurer report? Mr. Wilson moves. Ms. Nancy seconds it. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Is there a motion to approve the monthly revenue report, claims paid in vacation, and payroll paid? Mr. Kitson moves, Mr. Brooks seconds it. Any discussion? If none, Nancy, we gotta do this by roll call.
Book. Dallas.
Yes.
Friel.
Yes.
Gascoigne.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Huss. She's still there. Kitson.
Yes.
Coopeen.
Yes.
Naylor. Yes. Pearson.
Yes.
Rod.
Yes.
Sheline.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zeman.
Yes.
Acree.
Yes.
Bivens. Olson.
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the board member mileage and per diem? Mr. Wilson moves, Mr. Bivens seconds. Any discussion on this? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Mr. Wilson moves, Mr. Friel seconds it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Merry Christmas, everybody, and enjoy your families over the holidays. Thank you.